Okay, third time to try to shoot this video. So, I have been up since 4, in the wheelchair since 4 a.m. I was up all night with, pain and tightness and tailbone issues and stomach issues. And those of you that know me know that I've been dealing with a lot of pretty serious digestive issues, the past couple of years. Or the past year, I guess. Um, and that makes it hard to eat. Uh, but I was trying to drink a smoothie to get more calories, and that upset things. So here I am back in the wheelchair a lot earlier than I wanted to be. Anyway, I was wanted to make a video and talk about some things. Um, I have been watching, as all of us have, I'm sure, uh, the events going on in Europe and in Ukraine, and especially with the um, part of the story about the evacuation of those with disabilities and their families. And uh, I saw a story the other night about a little girl with CP. Her mother had carried her for 3 days, um, and had just put her down when they got to their destination to be evacuated safely. Um, uh, this little girl was very, very pretty and very had the most beautiful smile. And she has CP. She can't. I don't think she can speak. But this was about the whole story was about the children's hospital in Ukraine that had to be evacuated. Treatments had to be stopped. Children were having to be moved down to basements and into hallways. Um, so they eventually got bad enough where a couple of doctors and some other people were evacuating them to other countries. And I don't have much, I have don't have money. I can't get up and travel. Uh, but as a person with a severe disability, spastic CP, and many other issues, I know what it is to hurt um, and have to undergo treatment as a child and as an adult with a disability. And it really touched my heart. So I wanted to give back in some way. Um, so I'm going to read this poem for you that I found. And then I'm going to talk about some ways that people can give and help uh, those of the disability community in the Ukraine. So the poem is called Jesus of the Scars. And it is beautiful, I thought. And the whole world, because of what's going on, I think, because of what's going on in Europe right now, is wounded and scarred. And our, our hearts hurt for those people. Uh, so I thought this poem was fitting. Then it goes something like this. Jesus and the Scars by Edward Cirillo, and it goes like this. We have never sought. If we have never sought, we seek thee now. Thine eyes burn through the dark, our only stars. We must have sight of thorn pricks on thy brow. We must have thee, O Jesus of the scars. The heavens frighten us. They are too calm. In all the universe, we have no place. Our wounds are hurting us. Where is the balm? Lord Jesus, by thy scars, we claim thy grace. When the doors are shut, thou drawest near. Only reveal those hands, that side of thine. We know today what wounds are. We have no fear. They show us, show us thy scars. We know the countersign. The other gods were strong, but thou wast weak. They rode, but thou didst stumble to a throne. But to our wounds, only God's wounds can speak, and not a God, his wounds, but thou alone. I thought that poem was just beautiful, and you know, I read that poem, part of that poem, in a book by Timothy Keller, who's a writer and a Christian pastor. And his book, the book I'm reading currently, is called Walking with God Through Pain and Suffering. And part of the book, one of the points in his book, is that suffering, sometimes we suffer for a reason. Now, I believe that I suffer for a reason. Being a quadriplegic and being in a wheelchair for 30 years, it's not been easy, and it's only getting harder. It's only getting more painful. But through pain, we, through our pain and our struggle and our scars, we learn to help others in ways we wouldn't have if we didn't have those scars and that pain. And I believe that describes me. I saw that little girl on the news with CB, and her mother, she doesn't know what's going on over there. She only knows that she's having to be rushed away from her home, and her treatment has to be stopped. I'm sure most of those kids don't know what's going on. that were being most of the kids from that hospital, their treatment had to be stopped. Don't know or won't remember. Some of them were in hospice, but those that will live won't remember what's going on if they're young enough right now. And unfortunately, some will. But they shouldn't have to live through this. And if you have a disability and you're dealing with that pain and that fear, I can't even imagine how. I know how hard it is just to deal with my own stuff, and I'm 34 years old and I've been living with it my entire life. To be a disabled child in a war zone, I can't even begin to imagine that. So I'm going to I'm gonna try to talk about a few programs and foundations I've found, and I'll leave links below in the description of this video that you can go to and help those people, both the children and adults alike of the disability community in Ukraine. Now, all these foundations and websites and NGOs are trusted and vetted, and um, so I will first tell you that I learned of these by first watching the news, and then I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that the uh, the Laughing at My Nightmare Foundation, headed up by Shane Burkhall, who, if you are in the disability community, or even if not, I'm sure most of us know his name. He's a writer, speaker, uh, educator, really, of uh, life, and I forget what his disability is. Uh, anyway, he's a wonderful writer and has a couple of books, really good books out, and he and his wife have a YouTube channel, Squirmy and Grubs, I think, that is really good. Anyway, he posted uh, something about what was going on in Ukraine, and provided a couple of websites and foundations to donate and give to help uh, help those with disabilities in Ukraine. So that's where I got some of these. But so the first one is called Fight for Your Right, or Fight for Right, and they are on their website. If you go to the website, they are launching a project to help to evacuate people over there with disabilities, and they are setting up a GoFundMe for the disabled Ukrainian community as well. There's also a link to There's a link to their website. There's a link to the GoFundMe. There's also a link to a forum where you can find other ways to help, programs to donate to. There's a link that I'll put all these in there, to U.S. Ukraine Foundation, the U.S. Ukraine Foundation, and they have been on the ground over there since 1991 to help the people of Ukraine. And they have several programs they're running right now. I believe one of them is called Operation Airlift. They're looking for private pilots to fly in humanitarian, uh, supplies. Um, I believe they're flying over to Poland and then going over to Ukraine. But um, yeah, I'm trying to think if that was the only one. Let me look real quick. The last one, I mean. Yeah, so there's 4 links in there, and I'll add them all to the description of the video. But I just wanted to make this video. You know, I suffer a lot, but again, I can't imagine what those children and adults just in that community, still in that community, or any, and either being evacuated or still there, that have disabilities. I can't imagine the nightmare they're living through. I mean, it's a nightmare all for the Ukraine in general, but especially those with disabilities. And, um, it just my heart really goes out to them, and their courage can't be matched. Uh, and I pray for them, and God be with them. And, yeah, thank you. That's it. Have a wonderful day, everyone.